I'm going to go to his house and riot.
Like, he was on campus today.
I know he was. I saw him. I will steal his cats. I will hold him hostage. I will say, Manuel Reyes, come to student government, or so help me.
Did you just threaten to steal his cats?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I had that
And
completely clear.
his partner would help me.
Okay.
If I told her it was to get back at him for missing things, she would help me.
Oh, my goodness. He is in the office. I'll call him real quick.
There's an office. I heard you guys talking about that last week. There's like an office, like a physical office.
Yeah, there's
It's a very
Yes.
fancy
The
office.
student gov office is at the very end of this hallway down here. It says like on the glass, student government on it. That's
It's
our
very hard to
office.
miss.
Never seen it?
82?
I don't know. But the pres, vice pres, and speaker have their own little separate offices, but we've got like a conference room in there.
Get that
There's
figured
a
out.
little like
Like a reception
mini
area,
fridge.
journal,
There's
just
the
to-
place, there's the couches.
Yeah, I agree.
10 out of 10.
Fat.
That's all right. I think so.
Life is fun.
The audience to know how they liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was nice. Will you
Fun
be
has
here?
variable definitions.
I haven't finalized my schedule yet, but I'm hoping next semester at least in the spring.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
those are my last 2 semesters.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Will you be in the show next month?
Oh, yeah, I'll be around.
He's here.
Manuel Reyes, I don't have to go to your house and take your cats off.
All right.
I was telling them that if you didn't show up to Gov today,
Appreciate it.
I was going to go to your house and hold your cats hostage. And then I was also telling them how I would help you.
I was sick last week.
You can't be sick. You're not allowed to be sick.
How's it going?
Good. Yeah, but unfortunately, you can't be sick ever again.
I'll do my best.
No, it's not doing your best. It's not getting sick ever again.
I'm blaming the
No.
Minnesota weather. I'm not used to it yet.
It's fine.
Where are you from?
Kansas City.
Missouri.
You got some great barbecue.
Yes. Barbecue and football.
And that's it.
I want Kansas City barbecue now.
Good thing I don't like barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
And Charlie Parker out. Greatest of all time.
I would go to Kansas City right now to just get some barbecue.
They don't have much else going on for them, but
But Kansas City?
I'm so mad that Kendra waited until
Oh,
2
let's see which one
o'clock
I'm feeling
to
today.
send that email out.
No, my friends all fly
I've been on
airplanes
campus
since I'm an
since 9
aviation major.
see,
I don't
And
have
one
time
of their
to go home and
cross-country
change.
routes is
I had
down to
Kylie
Kansas City.
call,
Every time they go, I say, hey, please me some barbecue. They're like, where from? I'm like,
Because she volunteered to
let
drive
me
me
look.
home and I'm like, well, I'll
Barbecue.
work at 3:30.
oh
I
yeah.
was like, I can push you back 15 minutes. I was gonna work at 3:45, but I can work till 3:30.
I-
And she's like,
I have
yeah, I'm
gotten
leaving
that
now.
one.
And I was like, well, dang, I'm
Underbrines
leaving.
isn't bad.
It's where the Centimeter is. Best barbecue in Kansas City, there are 3 places that I would say.
Not yet.
yeah, I wanna hear what you have to say.
Joe's.
Yep.
That's the gas station.
Gas station.
Yeah, Joe's. And then I would say Jack Stack. Jack Stack is a little bit fancier.
Just
But-
downtown, right?
There are a couple of locations, yep. And the other one's Q39. It's the newest of the 3
I know what you're talking about.
on the scene. But Arthur Bryant's is known for being the place where burnt ends started. But they douse their burnt ends in sauce. And that turns me. I should have on camera. Talking about burnt ends.
There's a place in
But
Milwaukee,
don't get my mouth watering. I could go for some barbecues.
downtown Milwaukee.
Couldn't we all?
Oh wait, this is the agenda. I saw the name and I was like, it's not the agenda.
It's not a
It's
washing
in a
machine
really
model.
tough neighborhood. That's right by Mankato. And you go in,
I
you
know.
order.
Well, they're appointing everybody to committees
In the
now.
lobby.
We have to reappoint people to committees.
The original Arthur Bryant's is in a neighborhood like
Come
that.
back in that door, it don't open.
Yeah, I thought at the end of the day was before officer reports.
Do you have any solutions for that?
So
he's going to do
Some people can do whatever they wanna do.
You're from Milwaukee? You a Packer fan?
Download Teams.
Mankato.
Might not do that.
The reason I wasn't skateboarding is
A
because
strange Milwaukee
that thing with
sports
my car.
enthusiast.
Yeah. Because I went forward, I went launching back.
You're not a Brewers fan?
Top of the table.
Cheer form as
You
long
said
as
I'm
it
here, I
doesn't
was
have
not
any
used to
roller
being-
skateboard.
Yeah.
Get a break.
You a Bucks fan?
Just get back on it. I like Bucks, but I'm kind of bored with it.
I mean, you can sit on the
Yeah,
other
same
side
here.
of me if you want.
That's what makes this stop skateboarding and
Just felt right, you know?
Yeah.
Getting Clark,
Inspiration comes from
Really? Did you know? Me too. Crazy.
there's definitely
Wild.
explanations for it, but
Who
we don't
would've
have to,
thought,
we don't have to dig
you
into
know?
that part.
We had no idea.
who's getting nominated.
And she's from Zach, so
Why
Zach.
would you even say something like that?
Oh my gosh, E told me yesterday that they have a monitor, like a second monitor.
Joe's Kansas City though.
I'm so excited.
Goes to Kansas City.
And the thing is, they have two, and I get to.
Next time one of my friends goes to Kansas City, I'm gonna tell them.
No, I just like to give them.
I'm more excited for this than I thought I would be.
Good.
But I'm like,
But if you go to
I've never had a monitor, like a
Jack
monitor.
Stacks B,
Why would I just have an extra?
And I'm like,
Oh,
what?
really?
It's a monitor.
I wish I
can,
did, but
like,
I have to.
I could start a very basic PC. I could even just get like a box and then figure out from there.
Oh, hello.
Because I've never built anything.
Yeah. Offered help.
Can't be that hard.
I did build my own. 12 hours.
Oh, I believe it.
Have you ever had Rosedale?
I have not had Rosedale.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
I think my top, you know, I remember that one.
Yeah, easy peasy.
I used to work at UMKC.
Oh, yeah.
I was down the street, so I didn't mind going to Gates.
Well,
Yeah, that's good.
So.
yes,
Orchard
but
was there
also
for
it's a new
undergrad.
center.
Always pops up.
That's
Either
the, you send
Rosedale
Pelham.
or I'm
Okay. There is unassigned assignments, but it's in Senate, nobody knows the unassigned assignments. That's
So. And their cheese.
Oh, wait.
I was gonna say, are you new here?
Check me out later.
Don't worry, hey, I
Check out
just
Tuesday,
started
Friday.
last week.
But it's all good.
That's my first time.
So bad.
I buy.
I'm actually so ready.
I've
Pretty than fantasy football, I mean.
Yeah, I'm going to visit for.
I mean, you're having the comeback of a lifetime.
You know,
Only go up.
So.
Like my business
Try to go there for
papers,
dinner on Friday or Saturday. The lines.
they've more
an
transitioned to
hour
online stuff, but
Cause I did a speech today, like my final speech.
ETI results,
Public speaking.
ESTJ.
Good luck, buddy. It was easy. The teacher was kind of
It's like
forced
a-
into teaching it, so it was easy.
Like a personality test, I would say. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I've done like, I don't know what it is with business classes and stuff where they make you do like
No, so like this last week was supposed to be
chaos, a
like
little bit of
a special event
or
speech.
something like that, like personality
Some
test.
of the-
a little bit of just reason.
I walked in there. Nothing.
Not fall on my butt again.
Yeah, I don't know either. This is my business casual, not
No,
really.
that was
Full score.
Put that on the meeting minutes for the final meeting of the 90
Some
seconds.
people aren't.
Are you going to the?
You might as well go watch that.
You get points docked for looking out at it.
Is there,
From a distance.
No.
Just ignores me and
The camera did not catch it. It's just all of our reactions to it that got caught on camera.
This transitions right into it starts at 5. You would have loved it.
The meeting of 93rd Student Government is now called to order. The time is 4:03 p.m. on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. This meeting is being held on CSU 238 and Zoom link is also available for anyone that's not being able to be present in person. We will now proceed with the land recognition statement. Student government acknowledges that we live, work, and learn in the homeland of the Dakota people, whose language frames our institution's name, Minnesota State University, Mankato. We will now proceed with the roll call. Senator Miucci. Senator Heiber. Here. Senator Kebed. Senator Naru. Senator Dietrich.
Here.
Senator Morris. Senator Rees.
Yeah,
here.
sorry.
Senator Amma.
Here.
Senator Nguyen.
Here.
Senator Anderson. Senator Cummings.
Here.
Senator Smith. Senator Hodge.
Oh, Hodge.
Hodge. Senator Orjava.
Here.
Senator Johnson.
Here.
Senator Kanar.
Here.
Senator Stitch. Senator Riggles.
Rickle. Here.
Senator Hillstead.
Present.
Senator Sohn.
Present.
Senator Ide.
Present.
Senator. And then Speaker present. Vice President Copley.
Present.
President Corrin.
Present.
Present. Thank you so much, everybody. All right, we have 19 senators present, and we will now move forward with, before we move forward, I would like to briefly review the meeting etiquettes and our use of Robert's Rules of Order for any new senators. Members should raise their placards to be recognized before speaking. Please state your role before making motions or passing it through by cheat. All motions requires a second and are open for discussion before voting. Is everybody clear with that? Thank you very much. We will now move forward with the consent of agenda. The item under appointment, recognize student, organization, ethics and standard, removal of committee members, and student allocation are all listed in the agenda itself. The appointees are Emily Dietrich Basic Needs Committee, Rice Riggles DEI Committee. If we have any objections for approval of consent agenda, we have any objections? Seeing none, we move on. We will now move on to presentations. Yeah, we will now move on with the presentations. Seeing none, or is there any from open gallery? No. We will now move forward to open forum. Is there anyone here from the gallery for open forum? Yes, Mark.
Hello, Senators. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Mark Constantine. I'm the Director of the Student Union and Student Activities. And many of the senators that are returning know my face from being in the gallery throughout the year, but many of the new folks I don't know yet. I just wanted to make sure that we introduced ourselves. I introduced myself to you on behalf of myself and my staff. You know, we consider the Student Union your home away from home. We're here to help in any way that we can. I do work with your advisor pretty closely with John. We're on the same staff. John's your advisor. But I want to make sure you know that anything we can do for you at any time related to the Student Union and student activities, we're here for you. My door is open anytime, easy to make an appointment, easy to stop by, just to say hello or to help in any way that we can. So just wanted more than anything, just when you see a few of us in the gallery on a regular basis, we're here for you because we care about student life, we care about what happens in this building, and we care about the progress and the things that the students are concerned about. So welcome to new folks. Looking forward to working with you, and I'll stand for questions.
Questions?
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
formally move to officer report. We will begin with President Collins' report.
Okay, coming fast again. Okay, so we are looking at a little bit accelerated timeline for today. I'm looking to end the meeting around like 4:45, 4:50, so I'll try to keep it short. But we do have a couple of close items as this will be the last Senate meeting we have for this academic year. So the Senate will not be convening over summer, and we'll do our next Senate meeting on the first week of academics for next academic year, which will be August 27th. So just keep that in mind for y'all. And as senators for student government, you'll be looking to not do too many applications over summer. Between today and August 18th, we're not doing any expectations for that. August 18th and 19th will be leadership retreat. Again, they'll be in Camp Harrison. It will be an overnight retreat between student government. We'll be looking forward to working with y'all just to hopefully do plans for next academic year as a team. So we'll be sending our registration form to y'all in a couple weeks just to get more information on that, and hope I'll see y'all there. So on top of the leadership retreat, I do have 2 other expectations for y'all as we go into the summer. So as those 2 expectations are, think about 2 things: committee appointments and center projects. So for committee appointments, you as senators are required to be part of 2 committees at least. So as senators, you are automatically appointed to either the Student Affairs Committee or the Academic Affairs Committee. The secondary committee will be something that we pointed on as it comes from a slew of tens on tens of different committees, work groups, commissions, search committees, so on and so forth for student government and our university committees. As we see in the consent agenda, there's quite a few different areas you could look into. I'd be happy to meet with you and just look into those different areas just to make sure we have as many appointments as possible. And then for center projects, like you as a senator are required to work on a center project for next academic year. It's a very broad concept where basically look into your constituency, look into your area, and try to do something to make it better better than the way you saw it beforehand. So that is a very broad concept. So I'll have y'all think about all across the summer just to make sure you have a good grasp on it. And if you don't, I'll be a resource for you. I'll be happy to have a conversation with y'all between now, summer, or after summer as well. So that's my kind of expectations for y'all. There is a couple updates on top on my end. For office updates, you'll and CSU 280 all the way over there in CSU there'll be own office space to a sense. So you'll have your own mailbox. So for next academic year, those mailboxes will clean up, and we'll be having your own name there. So if you have anything, there'll be important documents or any letters you want to give to you over the academic year, please check there on like weekly or monthly basis. And finally, for the final program thing for student government for this academic year will be the Student Government Town Hall. So we'll be having a town hall in the Student Government office in CSU 280 this Friday, and that'll be 11 a.m. We'll be talking about different topics that affect the student body, mostly geared towards the perspective as senator, but it's open to anyone in this university. So I'm more than happy to have you there, especially when it comes to the topic of the reevaluation of the academic portfolio. And final thing I have on my end is vacancy elections. So last week we had a very intense election, and we're looking to have a couple other elections this week as well. And the good news is that these elections are a lot more open, a lot more uncontested. So I do want you all to come into these elections with an open mind, hopefully welcome a couple more people in, and to be cognizant of the time that we have with Senate looking that we have roughly 30 minutes until this meeting should hopefully be over. So yeah, so that's everything I have, and I'll open myself up for questions.
Yes, Senator.
President Colleran, you mentioned we're going to talk about the academic portfolio at this town hall on Friday. What time is that at? And then what is it about the academic portfolio that we'll be talking about?
Yes, thank you, Senator Dietrich. So we're looking at 11 a.m. just to have a more general discussion, and at 12 p.m. we'll talk about the academic portfolio. So the general gist of the academic portfolio is that every 3 years, the academic affairs looks into the programs that we have at this university and reevaluates some based on certain criteria to see like what kind of aspects we want to keep with the programs in the future. So there is a release of the academic portfolio reevaluation on May 1st. So that is tomorrow. So the day after that Friday will be a really good time just to brief on it and see as much information as we can on the certain programs that we'll be that might be reevaluated and be utilized for a teach-out program in the following academic years. So, yeah.
Any other questions for President Colleran? Yes, Senator Hodge?
My question was about the senator project. Like, will you have like a rubric or like requirements or like a bylaw kind of stating that, just for like more clarity on it of like kind of what you're looking for?
So kind of like the situation on the center project is very broad by design. So we'll have a couple things in the bylaws that I could point you to later at a later time. I'll be happy to create a rubric and create more systems, more action items that are more actionable over summer.
Thank you so much, President Colleran. Now we will hear from Vice President Kafli.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for showing up. I have a few important updates. First, Senate vacancies are still open, and we are optimistic that we will be electing a few senators today. In addition, we have received a strong number of coordinator application. Thank you to those of you who applied, and we will be reaching out to you by end of this week. If you have any questions or concerns regarding that, please feel free to contact either myself or President Colleran. About last week, we participated in busing negotiation with Mankato City Transit, and I'm pleased to announce that bus service will continue in summer. So if you're on campus or near the area, please utilize it. Additionally, we have received excellent news regarding SAVIS. If you haven't heard already, the SAVIS for international student, which had been revoked, has now been reinstated. This is a significant win for international student community, and we hope the university administration will make a formal announcement about that soon. As for upcoming meeting, we have meet and confer set for tomorrow. We will also be having meeting about open educational resources with Dean Corley on May 7th, and we will discuss about how to make learning more affordable and accessible for students. We also have one-on-one meeting with President Inch on May 8th, and we are looking forward to have discussions about student priorities then. I'm open for any questions.
Senator Hodge.
Yeah, my question on that, like you were naming those events, will there be like calendar invites or?
For the meetings?
Yeah. Yep.
Those meetings are for me and President Colleran, and we will be attending those meetings.
So sorry, I misunderstood. Sorry about that.
Any other questions for Vice President Kafli here? Seeing none, I'll just move forward with my senator report. Officer report. Transition. This week marked the beginning of my term as newly elected speaker. I've hit the ground by communicating and engaging with really potent leaderships we have here with us. I had one-on-ones with the previous speaker. I'm trying my best to learn as much as I can and the best way possible so that I can be a very well grounded resource for any senators that needs me. I will be trying to work my best on being a very effective and communicative advocacy for student government and for all the senators that need any help and resource through me. Given that, I also am working on the transition for a new coordinator position for a Sustainability Advisory Committee as well. I have had a few people reach out to me, although finals week was busy and I was not able to meet all of them. I look forward to meet some of them in the upcoming days as well. As our Vice President Kafle also announced that the negotiation went well and busing will continue for this university, which is a very big win. We have also, I would also like to reflect on to the fact that summer routes will be available for all students, which will be taking place, which is a very big thing for us, because all the students that rely on busing will be able to use buses free of cost. That will take them to all the amenities that they need to and university throughout the summer as well. Is there any questions from any senators for me? All right, seeing none, let's proceed towards the vacancies. As we all know, there were 2 senator applications attached with the agenda for today. Is there anyone here present right now for the vacancy of senator?
Which college?
For College of Science, Engineering and Technology.
That be me?
Yep. All right, before you proceed, I'd like to say you will be given 2 minutes of opening speech. There will be a question answer round, and then there will be 2 minutes for your closing. Are you all clear with that? And you can proceed whenever.
I'm gonna try to keep this short. So, hi everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Nolan Zelmer, and I'm currently finishing up my freshman year majoring in construction management and business administration. I'm applying for the CSET position, senator position, and I was a Res Life senator for the 92nd Student Government. During that time, I worked on a lot of different projects. I don't know if my Narcan project got signed by Inch yet, but that would be one of them. And then I also worked with a lot of different people at this table on other projects. And I'll yield to any questions.
Any questions? Yes, Senator Ide, followed by Senator Rickle.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in and putting in this application. We appreciate you spending your time. Now that you're switching over to having a whole new group of constituents, how do you expect to kind of lead them and act to their wishes?
I think I put it in there as one of my challenges would be reaching out to all the different students that kind of categorize themselves into the College of CSET just because it's such a vast college. So I think that tabling will be one of my biggest strengths to get to know my constituents. And then kind of what I did with the Res Life, which was just talking to as many people as I could about hearing what their concerns are, giving them updates about what Senate is doing for them. So that'd be my idea.
Okay, thank you.
I want to yield to redundancy on that one. I'm just because I did not know construction management was a CSET program until I looked it up. I was really confused. I'm like, what do you mean this isn't business? That doesn't make any sense. So that's honestly, I was just wondering how you were going to facilitate reaching out to all the other students in CSET because it is a pretty big college.
That would be my way of tabling, and then just throughout all my classes, I get to see a lot of people in different students, especially in gen eds. I work with students in multiple different areas, so seeing what they have and then bringing that also to senators and different constituents. Yes.
Senator Hillstead.
Hi, former Senator Zelmer. Thank you for applying to become part of the 93rd. What areas of CSET do you look at into mainly improving?
So I'd like to look into the advising part. I had a project on it last semester, but I didn't get to work into a lot because I was working on a lot of other projects. I kind of postponed it. So that would be one of my projects. And then I guess I don't have a lot of ideas off the top of my head right now, but I plan on working with my constituents to find some. Apply to that college.
Is there any other questions for the candidate? Seeing none, you can proceed with your closing statement.
I'd like to thank you all for your time today, and thank you for your hard consideration, I guess. And yeah, thank you, and I wish you luck through your discussion and voting process. Thank you.
Now we'll proceed with the discussion for electing candidate Nolan. Is there any? Yes, Senator Hillstead?
Is this discussion now?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to say I was a residential life senator last year with Nolan Zelmer, and working with him is super easy. It's super smooth. Everything goes well. He's a strong communicator. He knows how to get crap done, and he knows what he wants. And yes, I sort of want him on this government because we are going to probably hopefully continue one of our senator projects next year, which was from this year, which is electric scooter storage around campuses. But yeah, he's a good member of the Senate, and he knows the processes pretty well. And so I strongly encourage a yes vote for him.
Senator Rickle.
I was thoroughly impressed with all that Senator Zelmer was capable of doing his freshman year on this campus. It's very disorienting being a freshman in the first place, and then he went and did a whole bunch of stuff with Gov and everything, and I was really impressed by it all. So yeah, I am a little hesitant on the whole CSET thing, just because I don't know how much experience he has with other of the major CSET majors, because there's a lot of students, a lot of different majors. We are all over the place. And I don't know how much experience he has reaching out specifically to CSET students, but I am pretty confident that he will use every resource to his in his toolbox, basically, to try and facilitate meaningful conversations with other CSET students.
Senator Hyde.
Yield to redundancy, I encourage a yes vote and can we move into voting?
You can motion call.
Motion to call the question.
Second.
Is there any dissent to the motion? Is that a dissent? Alright, seeing none, we'll proceed with the voting.
Could you explain what the motion and the call question is?
Oh, okay.
Could you explain what's that mean?
So,
Could you explain what the motion call section?
if anybody's unaware, while calling the question, we can always call to dissent as well. That would bring out a separate discussion on furthermore why we should not proceed towards voting, if anyone was not clear about it. Sounds good. The voting will proceed in closed ballot, so
Your ballot sheet paper.
everybody just take a piece of paper and
Your options are yes,
no, or abstain on it.
I will go this way.
Senator Reyes.
You can just vote yes or no.
Congrats. I just posted my internship offer. So we'll have automated response.
You asking for them?
Congratulations.
I put it in front of me.
I wasn't sure if that was the case.
Yeah. I did not explicitly say that's on me, you're right, you're right. You're right.
I got like the same shirt but in colors.
Really nice.
Oh, you'll see it next year once I'm
Yeah.
fully rocking out.
There we go. I did that to you. You grab it.
You're right.
That was speckled on after studying.
Like if you, like, so like if I had it open, I could put it.
Talking about.
I expect you to grab it.
I got an internship for, okay.
It's like a personal.
We'll be studying.
Yeah, I posted on LinkedIn. It's just intrude under. It'll be in Wisconsin.
It's always better to ask.
It's at their Beloit plant.
And how many online? Or did that include them? Okay.
I know.
Minnesota.
I don't know
Well,
if it's
technically I'll be in I'll be living in Boston, but I work in Wisconsin.
Noise. It's not just based on like sound recognition.
Galena.
Yeah. I don't know, it used to be run by an intern.
Living in, commuting 30 minutes each day.
I'll be do day trips to Chicago. They pay the intern?
No, it's just like.
What a good.
I did
Pay an intern $0. Southwest. That costs anywhere as most because your other option is $0.
And experience.
Driftless has hills. And you're giving a student experience, right? You can pick up a river.
Actually, for the.
It's like the
Also, it's like the area that missed.
so far to the southwest.
I took a
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, like, should I look at the screen? I never know. Because then I get to like.
Could have been around.
Am I on office?
And I just started cheesing and it popped up on me again. I'm like, I go like.
I'm like,
does
you're
get
like,
so
maybe I should have like etiquette. Look there, around, and here.
Yeah, me too. I had no idea that this was on.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'd be
I was gonna ask him about that.
You'd be super organized. These meetings are run.
I think it's toys.
Oh, you just want to
Like
decide.
whenever 90% noise,
Yeah.
1% movement. So like nobody else.
When you talk up there, sewer or those.
I wonder if it's like, if nobody's talking, it's gonna go.
Try to say it.
Because I feel like sometimes this room is super sensitive.
Yeah. And it'd also do that big wide shot.
Watch them move little pigeons.
Things happen. And they happen for following the order.
Found that out.
We're gonna go in order.
Yeah, why don't we actually?
We don't follow the
We have
order.
the access to
So
the
yeah, like,
information.
essentially, that means like
So I
Go
push
into,
back on
super
my
quick
position and then people talking.
That's why I asked.
So they try to talk live.
Partially business casual.
Until they stop
I even
talking.
got the dress shoes on. I business casual, I always think of
Your
just
questions, if you wanted to.
Well, I mean, that
like,
works.
No, this is such a
It's
pressing
like-
question or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's like business, casual.
That's mini Upper Creek.
Oh, it's mini over Creek, so it's not even the river.
Yeah, we were all.
You guys don't have things.
Right.
Thank you so much, everybody. It was a successful election and Senator. Given the time constituency that we have, we would like to move forward with oath taking at next meeting if that's possible, because we want to get things done as quick as possible for today. Yeah, thank you so much. Alright, moving forward with the vacancy for Senator of College of Allied Health and Nursing. Is there anyone here? Right, thank you so much. You can please move forward with the podium. Alright, before we start, I'll remind you again, you will have 2 minutes of opening statement, there will be a question and answer, and there will be 2 minutes of closing. And you can begin whenever you're ready.
Hi everyone, I am Bibu. I am in the second year of undergraduate studies in nursing. Talking about myself, my goal towards healthcare was quite evident from such a young age. That is how I ended up getting my associates in nursing back home. It was the year of 2019. And since then, I've gained over 6 years of experience in healthcare. I'm currently working as certified nursing assistant as my internship in Oaklawn Rehabilitation Center. And to talk about my leadership roles in MSU, I am heavily involved with several student organizations, including KIC, ISA, and a NEPLI student committee, which is called NESCOM. Over the past 2 years, I've proudly served on NESCOM executive team, first as the fundraising coordinator and recently as the vice president, which is a position that I held until just last week. And now I'm seeking to serve as the student government senator for the College of Allied Health and Nursing. As a nursing student myself, I understand both the challenges as well as the opportunities that comes along our course. My goals include encouraging nursing students to step confidently into leadership roles, whether that's through student organizations, mentorship, or other professional development opportunities. I would also like to ensure students are well aware about all the opportunities and resources that we have in our university to support their academic journey, and lastly, promoting inclusivity. Yeah, this is why I'm here, to act as a bridge between all the nursing students and the student government body.
So much. Is there any questions for the candidate? Yes, Senator Hodge.
I was gonna say, first off, that was a beautiful opening statement. That was awesome. The question I had that I wanted to ask is, you talked about pushing stuff for nursing students, but with the allied, gosh, what am I trying to say? Yeah, allied health and nursing, how will you support other majors in the college, such as my major is social work? I just wanted to know.
Good, thank you for your question. Wow. Sorry. Even now when we look inside this room, we barely see any nursing students or any health sciences students. I'm not trying to demean any other courses. I completely understand that all the courses has their own challenges and opportunities, but it is a very likelihood that we have to work more hours and to come in both academically and technically. I don't have specific things on top of my head right now about the questions that you asked, but all of the goals that I've set out loud in my opening statement will be for both nursing students and the allied health students as well.
Yes, Senator Hillstead.
Yield to redundancy on that question.
Are there any other questions for the candidate? Seeing none, you can continue with your closing statement.
Cool. Okay, as someone who has walked the path from earning my associate's degree back home to navigating the challenges of nursing school here at MSU, I know what it means to work hard, stay committed, and rise. I am not just running for this position to add a title to my name. In fact, I'm here to be a voice, a connector, and a trustworthy advocate for every nursing and allied health student who deserves to be seen, supported, and empowered. Leadership for me is not about being the loudest in the room. It's about making sure everyone else gets the chance to speak. And that's what I promise to bring you as a senator, a representation with purpose, advocacy with the heart in action that actually makes a difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will now proceed with the discussion. We will just proceed with the discussion and we will begin with Vice President Kath.
So I've worked with her on a multiple different level. She's my friend as well, and not just because she's my friend, but then I've seen her work as fundraising coordinator, vice president, where I was the event coordinator. And she is very open to people. She has helped me a couple of times. Whenever I have questions or whenever she has questions, she comes and she runs to me. She asks her questions, even to President Colran. She has asked multiple questions. She reaches out to people. She's somebody who's very easy to work at, and I think I'm a nursing major myself, and I know how difficult it is for the College of Allied Health and Nursing to step up, and I think she will do an amazing job representing all the nursing and allied health students. So I do ask all of you to support her.
Thank you. Senator I.
I'd like to yield the redundancy. Just from reading over her application and her speech today, I can see that she's more than qualified for this position, and I think she'll do a great job in her role.
Thank you. Are there any other points of discussion? Oh, Senator Hillstead.
I love the line in her closing statement about like being a leader is not about being the loudest person in the room, but allowing other people to be heard. And I always think that allowing her whole constituency to be heard is a benefit to this panel, and so I do encourage you guys to vote. But yeah.
Thank you so much. Are there any other points of discussion? Are there any motions on? Yes, Senator Didman.
Motion to call the question.
Second. Are there any seconds? Seeing second, are there any dissents? Seeing none, we will move forward with no voting. It will be a closed ballot. I will come over at the right side and I request John to go over at the left side.
Excited to see you.
Of course.
Do your homework.
Like I work at
Oh, thank you so much.
I still have that photo, my photo. I scrolled through my video.
Your last assistant?
Yeah.
I work Thursday, 5
I'll answer that.
10 a.m. I'm gonna rush home,
What's that supposed to be?
take a shower, get changed, and go to orientation sessions.
5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
10 a.m.
Not right now.
No, I did too. Why don't we go to Lucerne?
Sometimes, but I think it's more
Bottom of the hill there?
like everyone helps each other.
Oh, okay. Is there
$550.
What up, you?
$550 all expenses included. That's actually really good.
I'm in 350 actually, Island.
Per person? Luckily they're in there.
But again, it's 5%.
With utilities?
Yeah.
350 with?
I mean, I'm not expecting much.
Here's the thing though, there's a bunch of homeless people that live outside that house, including me. So I don't know if it's like that.
No, you'll be living in my house.
I would say this.
Probably, unfortunately.
You live in the dorm?
You're not.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, if you guys have any like
I would say
legal
my
questions and you
dorm.
want answers to them, or
For
you wanted the answers,
F3 or E4?
send them my way, and I wanna put them on
So I have to
Go to Geneva to see it.
especially for the.
Yes.
If you're a senator who's joined online, please direct message or direct chat your vote to the speaker.
I thought I saw you before.
Yeah, no, I'm
American legal system.
Probably riding around either on my skateboard or my like wheelchair thing.
Are you on the like far side of the hall? If you're coming in from
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't know what a fireplace are, do you?
Thanks so much, everybody. Candidate Giri was appointed as the new senator for College of Allied Health and Nursing with a unanimous vote. In the next meeting, continuing with the meeting, we will now bring out Dean of the Day, who is Peter D. Hart, Provost for Research and Dean of Graduate Studies. Please welcome him.
Okay, you probably don't loud enough, but I just have a couple updates I wanted to provide for you. Thank you for having me here. I think this is my third time in student government this year, but the first time for this collection of senators. So for those of you who don't know me, you just introduced me, Peter DeHart. I just wanted to share a couple updates related to our graduate education and research. So today is April 30th, which means it's the last day of Research Month. April is Research Month, and we had a number of events. Really happy with the turnout for the Douglas R. Moore lecture. Mika Laidlaw gave an amazing presentation about her work in ceramics and the art studio, and had great turnout from students as well. So thank you and your peers for coming out and supporting our researchers there. We also had a Celebration of Excellence event where we acknowledged 3 distinguished faculty scholars, and really supporting them in their work and highlighting a lot of the wonderful things that they're doing. Also earlier in the month, we had a Grad Student Appreciation Week. This is the first time that MSU has participated in that. It's kind of a nationwide thing. So it was the second full week in April. We had 125 graduate students that were recognized from their peers or faculty or staff, and they were recognized in one of 2 ways. They either knocked someone's socks off, so they got a pair of MSU College of Graduate Studies and Research socks, and I went this high because, yeah, they're actually quite long, or they were really, really cool, so they got a cooler branded with our College of Graduate Studies and Research. So really happy with our participation in that. You may have kind of seen some tabling events around, like in the dining center and so on, acknowledging our graduate students and really celebrating their work, because oftentimes their presence on campus is abundant, but tends to be kind of hidden. We tend to have a lot of non-traditional students in our graduate sphere. So thank you everyone for participating in that, and looking forward to more in the coming years. Happy to take any questions.
Are there any questions? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Motion to table the rest of the agenda.
Second.
All right, seeing second, we'll just move forward. Are there any dissent? Seeing none, we'll just move forward with it. Continuing with the agenda, there's no new business, no old business. Are there any? Bills table,
So I was gonna send to the motion. We just have announcements and then we'll do roll call. So there's not very little left on the agenda, so I want to say roughly 5 minutes, so I'll send to that motion. And yeah, I'll put that information in.
I'll retract our motion.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Thanks. Continuing with the agenda, are there any announcements? No, seeing none, we'll just move.
I will always have announcements, so thank you, Mr. Speaker. Welcome again to the senators who were just elected to vacancies. I encourage the rest of you to continue to recruit senators to fill the spots, especially those of you who are in residential life seats. For many of you, or several of you around the table, you know that this is a great opportunity for first-year students to get involved. And so I don't think it's a bad thing that there are vacancies in the residential life Senate seats going into the fall semester. And so that is a great opportunity. So especially if you're going to be living in a residential community, be watching out for those students looking to be movers and shakers when they get here, just as some of you around this table were this year. I look forward to meeting with the cabinet next week. We do have a strategy session where we'll be getting together for a traditional breakfast over at Weggy's to do some brainstorming and all of that kind of stuff. So there will be more information coming for you from that team after our conversation. I also want to point out, for those of you who are unaware, there is a budget item in the student government budget that provides for a $100 incentive per semester for senators who meet a certain set of requirements. And that has to do with attendance, office hours, and the providing of your reports during the course of the semester. So all of the senators who met the requirements for spring 2025 have been sent to the financial aid office, because that senator incentive will be applied to your spring 2025 financial aid award. So if you have no balance with the university at this time, you'll receive that in the form of a direct deposit into your bank account. If you do have a balance due with the university, it will be applied to that balance. And so why am I mentioning that now? Because all of you who have been elected and or appointed to fill a vacancy at this point, you're starting to meet the requirements now for that incentive for the fall semester. Okay, and so keep in mind, the speaker will be tracking attendance, tracking your reports, tracking office hours, and all of that kind of stuff. And come the end of the fall semester, if you've met all of those requirements, you too will receive that financial incentive. We'll also talk about the deadline for the appointment of senators, because there's a deadline by which they must be appointed in order to be eligible for receiving that. So keep that in mind and be on the lookout for that. So if you do believe, if you were a senator for the 92nd and believe that you've qualified for the incentive and have not seen it in your financial aid award, please let us know. But that was processed a couple of days ago. Just as another reminder for an event coming up here in the Centennial Student Union on Monday night, the annual late night or semesterly late night breakfast for finals week will be taking place at 9 o'clock. Typically folks start lining up between 8:30 and 8:40, because if you've been in that line before, you know we serve about 500 people, and that line can be about 500 deep. So I look forward to continuing to work with you, and we'll work with your leadership. Just be sure you have those dates held that they've mentioned for the beginning of the semester. And I will be here working a majority of the summer. So if there is anything that you have in terms of a question, or if you need assistance with anything, feel free to reach out. I'll be here and able to support you.
Thank you so much. Any questions to the announcements? Seeing none, we will now proceed towards roll call. Senator Mucci. Senator Hyber. Here. Senator Kabed. Senator Narla. Senator Dittrich.
Here.
Senator Morris.
On Zoom.
Senator Reese. Here. Senator Omo.
Here.
Senator Newgate. Here. Senator Anderson. Senator Cummings.
Here.
Senator Smith. Senator Hodge. Hodge.
Oh, here.
Senator Oruchwa.
Here.
Senator Knauer. Here. Senator Johnson.
Here.
Senator Stitch.
Here.
Senator Riggle.
Here.
Senator Hillstead. Senator Sohn.
Here.
Senator Hyde.
Present.
And our newly elected senator, Senator Zelma.
Present.
and Senator Gary. Speaker present, Vice President Kathy
Present.
and President Carter. Present. Thank you so much. With that, we officially adjourn the meeting at 4:49 p.m. Thank you.
I will be moving you involved.
Sounds good.
What's the fastest way to
Oh, see, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I know,
Are you able to do both command position and this?
Yes, like as a senator, we can't like be like a coordinator, like a committee. So like the thing you can do is like be a part of the Senate or have like a very large.
I asked him where you got it.
I was like,
And I said, the Senate
But-
project strikes back.
well, then I will see. Yeah, if, yeah, I'll see you. But yeah, if it doesn't work out, just but we'll see.
It's where we had our annual trivia what?
I was like the only one who like accepted that.
I'm really sorry. Next time I'll use them.
Where's the bacon?
Joining Emily?
There's no way to get.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they know. I feel they know, if they don't want to rub in tonight or sneaker.
Well, you wanna play like one game before that?
Oh yeah, there were some other.
I did some in our university.
Yeah.
I'd say there's.
So like there's.
Okay.
So like it was a passes.
Are you good for when's the bank? Right now? I don't even know.
No.
Yeah, alright. Hey.
What is it with this microphone? So with the Constitution.
It'll be before eight.
Like you can be a senator, but you're not a coordinator.
Okay.
You can't like assume like.
Here we go, if you can just
Power.
print your.
But I can still remain a senator.
Okay.
But I will let like Andrew or you know as well, like I'm organizing my time.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Will or won't. I know it'll definitely work.
Just print your.
With second semester, I'll be
Automatically on one of the standing committees.
Oh, yeah.
But
Got it.
Okay, we'll talk about other.
I've worked with social workers before. I know what those are like.
Oh, you
Okay,
know?
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
those that schedule can be kind of demanding. So yes. Yes.
Right,
So, got
and
it.
spell, how do you spell?
Let us know
G.
if
IRI.
G.
to. I didn't think you put it on that. So I was like.
When I heard that, I thought,
like.
what?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what about?
Oh,
First. So yeah. So but other than that, we'll be good. So congratulations though.
Thank
So kind of a big deal. Mankato's still running the show. Yeah. Good deal.
Good to see you, John.
Nice job, Speaker.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I was very scared.
You'll become a pro within weeks here.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
I wanted to say.
And he like had a van and he
I'm very dumb.
Yes.
drop off thing.
Cause apparently.